Good day everyone! I am Teacher Jules, your science teacher for today. In this video, we are gonna talk about the respiratory system. We will talk about the functions of the respiratory system, its components, and how the system works. Before we start, let's have a review. We all know that our body is made up of cells. Many cells joined together makes tissue. Tissue making together makes an organ, and many organ makes a system. Examples of systems are nervous, digestive, muscular, skeletal, reproductive, circulatory, and respiratory system. Have you tried to pinch your nose for less than a minute, like 30 seconds? Like this. What did you feel? What did you do after you remove your hand? Yes, the first thing you did was to gasp for air and breathe again. Anything that blocks the airflow from entering the nose and mouth through the trachea into the lungs will cause difficulty in breathing. The respiratory system's main functions are transporting air into and out of lungs, protecting our body against harmful particles that are inhaled, and the most important function, the gas exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, basically about breathing. When we say breathing, it is the process of intake of air into the lungs, or inhalation, and expulsion of carbon dioxide, or exhalation.
Now, let's take a look at the diagram, and we go to the respiratory system's main parts. Starting here with the nose and mouth, the pharynx is here, also called throat, and it connects to the respiratory openings to larynx and esophagus. The esophagus is not part of the respiratory system, but mainly for digestive system. Next, we have the larynx, also called voice box, because the vocal cords are located here. The lungs are placed here. The trachea, also called windpipe, is here, and it connects to the bronchi, which merge into smaller tubes called bronchioles, and the bronchioles connect to tiny air sacs called the alveoli. And down here is the diaphragm.
So, let's discuss deeper the function of each part. The respiratory system is divided into two components, the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract. The upper respiratory tract includes the nose, the pharynx, and the larynx, while the lower respiratory tract includes the trachea, lungs, bronchi and bronchioles, alveoli, and diaphragm. Breathing process starts from the nose. It is the only visible part of the respiratory system, wherein the air enters, and it is also responsible for the sense of smell. The nose has four parts, namely nostrils or nares, nasal cavity, mucous membrane, and the cilia. Here, the air enters the external opening of the nose known as nostrils and pass through the nasal cavity, which is the inside part of the nose. While inside the nasal cavity, mucous membrane is aligned, which produces mucus. Mucus is moist and sticky that captures dust, germs, and small particles that could irritate the lungs. Lastly, the cilia. These are tiny hairs that helps clean the air before it goes to the lungs. The next part of the respiratory system is the pharynx, or throat. It is the passageway of air from the oral and nasal cavity to the lungs, and also the passageway of food to the esophagus. Adenoids and tonsils are located in the pharynx, which plays an important role to protect our body from infections. After the pharynx is the larynx, also called as voice box. It is a hollow tabular structure that connects the pharynx and the trachea. It is where vocal folds and vocal cords are found. Question: why does food not go into your lungs while eating? It is because of the epiglottis, a leaf-shaped flap cartilage behind the tongue which controls airflow to the lungs and diverts food mass away from the trachea. The air flows in the trachea, a cartilaginous tube that connects the larynx to the bronchi of the lungs. It serves as a passageway of air. It also moistens and warms air while it passes into the lungs. Our body has lungs, which is the primary organs of the respiratory system. The lungs are protected by a bony muscular rib cage and a double-layered membrane called pleura. The air now flows to the bronchi. These are branches that split from the trachea and merge into smaller tubes called bronchioles, which eventually deliver air to alveoli. The alveoli now are air sacs like grapes, located at the end of the bronchioles and are surrounded by blood capillaries where gas exchange occurs. During this breathing process, the diaphragm is busy as well. It is a dome-shaped structure that separates the chest and abdomen. If we inhale, the lungs expand and the diaphragm moves downward. While when we exhale, diaphragm relaxes and returns to its normal shape. Now it's your turn. Try to answer the given activity. Alright, let's try to check your answer. Okay, that's it. I hope you have learned something about the respiratory system. Thank you for listening. This is Sir Jules saying, be happy and be healthy. See you again next time.